claims New York truck attacker is caliphate soldier. ISIS has claimed responsibility, without providing proof, for a truck attack earlier this week that killed 8 people in the deadliest assault on New York City since September 11, 2001. The militant group on Thursday described accused attacker Sayfullo Saipov, 29, as one of the caliphate soldiers in a weekly issue of its al-Naba newspaper. The Uzbek immigrant was charged in federal court on Wednesday with acting in support of Islamic State in Iraq and Syria by plowing a rented pickup truck down a popular riverside bike trail, crushing pedestrians and cyclists and injuring a dozen people in addition to those killed. According to the criminal complaint against him, Saipov told investigators he was inspired by watching ISIS propaganda videos on his cell phone, felt good about what he had done, and asked for permission to display the group's flag in his room at Bellevue Hospital. Saipov was taken to Bellevue after being shot in the abdomen by a police officer before his arrest. U.S. President Donald Trump, who has called for Saipov to receive the death penalty, said in a Twitter post on Friday that ISIS had claimed as their soldier the degenerate animal who killed and wounded the wonderful people on the west side of Lower Manhattan. Based on that, the military has hit ISIS much harder over the last 2 days. They will pay a big price for every attack on us, Trump tweeted. Earlier this week, Trump suggested sending Saipov to the Guantanamo Bay military prison in Cuba, where terrorism suspects apprehended overseas are incarcerated. But on Thursday, he said doing so would be too complicated. The U.S. president has also urged Congress to end the diversity immigrant visa program under which Saipov entered the United States in 2010. The diversity program, signed into law in 1990 by Republican President George H.W. Bush, was designed to provide more permanent resident visas to people from countries with low U.S. immigration rates. 5 Argentine tourists, a Belgian woman, a New Yorker and a New Jersey man were killed in Tuesday afternoon's attack. The attack unfolded just blocks from the site of the World Trade Center, where some 2,600 people were killed when suicide hijackers crashed 2 jetliners into the Twin Towers 16 years ago. One of the 2 criminal counts Saipov faces, violence and destruction of motor vehicles causing the deaths of 8 people, carries the death penalty if the government chooses to seek it, prosecutors said. A court sketch shows Sayfullo Saipov, the New York City truck attack suspect who authorities allege acted in the name of ISIS. Jane Rosenberg, Saipov waived his right to remain silent or have an attorney present when he agreed to speak to investigators from his hospital bed, the criminal complaint said. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has said it has located another Uzbek man, Mikhamedzwar Kadyrov, 32, who it said was wanted for questioning as a person of interest in the attack. Citing an unnamed law enforcement official, ABC News reported on Friday that Saipov placed a telephone call to Kadyrov immediately before he carried out the attack. ABC News said the significance of the call was not known.